Ghana's 16 regions, including Radio Wa in Wa, ATL FM Cape Coast, KT Radio Koforidua, Radio Max in Takrade, Lolonyo FM Hohoi, A1 Radio Dreams FM Bolgatanga, and Jubilee Radio in Keta go digital on Spotify and the MindJoy online app. And coming up, the Ghana cedi continues to decline against all major trading currencies despite the central bank's measures to address the freefall.
Boy, kofanya makra bogana kwa kofara nyama no becho se sanse dollar kosoro e watamanti e be afeto ti mi Canada afrete pa.
We hear from traders who are readying themselves to lock down their shops on Monday. Also, step aside and don't walk into conflict. That's the advice of CDD boss Professor Kwesi Prempeh to the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, who's embroiled in a conflict of interest controversy.
The legal definition and concept tries to do is to really give you an opportunity to step aside and not walk into the conflict. So the options here are you either walk away from your private interest or you say no to the appointment.
We have details also. ECG disconnects power supply to Old Nyaso in the Manya-Krobo municipality after first day of installation of prepaid meters was marred by violence. We have details as a former Deputy Interior Minister questions the continuous use of the military team for the exercise.
I do not think that acts of vandalism should overwhelm our police service. I don't think so. By their training, I think our police are able to contain some of those riotous behavior by people.
Police mount search for gunmen who stormed the office of businessman Akwesi Dai Odike and fired gunshots in what is believed to be an attempt on his life.
What they were saying was that, Odike, where are you? Where are you? We will kill you. We will kill you. But a guy came from town and prompted me that tax from Ensha is preparing to come and attack me. So I should not move.
We'll hear from a security analyst on that incident. Meanwhile, government says it is winning the fight against illegal mining in forest and river bodies.
We are winning. It's not a one-day fight. This fight will not end today as I stand here. It's going to take some time.
We'll bring you details and coming up in sports.
Well, yesterday the Ghana Premier League transfer window closed with clubs securing major deals ahead of next season. We'll hear from Accra to Folks Central African Republic striker Yasan Ouachin, who has described the club as the greatest in Ghana and Africa.
And it's just a day to the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2022. The countdown is on. We'll tell you about a new housing project by Gold Key Properties, which is set to give homeowners a real comfort and affordable luxury.
Cantonment City Tower is the latest project that we've started.
Okay.
But then we've set our sites also on areas like Chado, where we are going to have apartments and townhouses coming up, and Jowulu as well.
And later in the bulletin, we'll tell you about the artificial intelligence-powered rapper who has just joined a record label. FN Mecca is on Showbiz. We have details. Please stay with us. Hello again, thanks for choosing us. This is your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. I am Ernest Manu. The Ghanaian cedi is still losing ground against all major trading currencies despite measures by the Bank of Ghana to address the freefall. It was another day of battering as the cedi lost nearly 3% against the dollar and opened weaker against the British pound and the euro on the currency market. More shortly. Right now though, listen to spare part dealers at Abosokai who are unhappy about the rate of depreciation.
Dollar no akosrama afeti bebre efa e business on boy ekofanya makra bogana kwa kofara nyama no becho se sanse dollar kosoro e watamanti ebe afeti di mi Canada afeti pa yasemo sisi akra I think se mobile mo pack em car no na mene obi kura e dijwa ade en me de man no 80 cities also ntimi.
So what he's saying is that yes, the dollar depreciation has really affected his business. It's difficult for people to buy from them. He says that just when we came in, he was doing business with a taxi driver. He was selling something to him at 80 cedis. The driver says he cannot pay.
Oh, Midday, you know, any man my heading. You see, who say, who could any man cry? Nani to I.
So what he is also basically saying is that he does buy things from Nigeria, and even that he needs to change dollars to be able to go and bring the goods in. And because of how the dollar is fighting so hard against the cedi, it means that you need more cedis to get fewer dollars, and that affect the prices of the goods here.
Those are some spare part dealers at Abosoka interacting with my colleague Samuel Kojo Brace. Now, data analyst with our research desk, Kofi joins me on the line with some more information on how the cedi is performing. Kofi, how is the cedi performing in real numbers?
Well, Ernest, so currently you can have $1 is to about 10 cedis and 15 pesos. So if you look at last year around the same time, the cedi had lost just 1.6% of its value to the dollar. And in nominal terms or monetary terms, the cedi lost less than 1 peso to the dollar from January to August 2021. And the picture is different this year. So looking at the current average market value of the cedi in the span of 8 months, it has actually lost more than 40 times the value it lost last year in this one.
If you look at the data at your disposal, Kofi, are we likely to see a dip soon?
Well, if you look at the cedi, it has actually lost in monetary terms, 4 cedis, 15%, 15 pesos of its value since the beginning of the year. And losing on average 50 pesos a month, translating to about 6 cedis a year, we are actually looking at the parameters that I've given. If we don't see anything being done about this, we may actually see a $1 to 12 cedis by the end of December, all things being equal. But we are hoping that the measures that Bank of Ghana put in place will actually help salvage the situation.
Kofi, thank you very much for bringing us those details. And many have blamed the fast depreciating cedi on the increased demand for the dollar. The Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has proposed to the Bank of Ghana to consider the Chinese yuan as an alternative foreign trading currency. Here's President of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng.
They can turn the economy around. We have given the government mandate and the resources. And we believe with the resources given to government, they can turn the economy around. We as members of the business community are ever ready to avail ourselves to help the government in its quest to find solutions to these myriads of problems. We do not subscribe to the notion that the situation has gotten out of hand. In the short and medium term, the government has to inspire hope and confidence in the system by way of appropriate policy directions. As the bulk of our import comes from China, we have suggested on several occasions that we better use the yuan as an alternative to ease the pressure on the United States dollar.
That is Dr. Joseph Obeng, president of GUTA. But how feasible is this suggestion? Let's go on to the phone lines now and speak to Dr. Benjamin Amwa, who is a senior lecturer of finance at the University of Ghana Business School. Doc, thank you for your time here on the Midday News. I mean, the traders say they mostly deal with China, and so it is only fair that we consider using their currency. Is that something you consider feasible?
Okay, thank you very much. I think for the traders to even come out to call on government to assist, to the extent that they are even showing willingness to help the government, is one major goodwill that the traders are showing. And this is the time that the managers of the economy must take advantage of the welcoming posture of the traders. Now, on the issue of using the Chinese yuan, it has come up before. I think about 2 years or so, BOG indicated that it was considering the Chinese yuan. I don't know what happened about that decision in terms of whether we should have direct trading pair between the Chinese yuan and the Ghana cedi. But then that discussion never came up again. BOG happens to be the manager of the currency. And so if that opportunity exists, and it will release some pressure off the Ghana cedis, I will say that it will be a good thing to do, because what is currently happening is that the traders have to buy the dollar, and then when they buy the dollar, they then have to, in the end, convert the dollar to the Chinese yuan, because their Chinese trading partners do not use dollars. So we are using now the dollar as a vehicle currency to pay off Chinese trading partners. So if we can have a direct quotation between the Ghana cedi and the Chinese one, I believe that some pressure can be taken off the US dollar.
I'm grateful for your time. That's Dr. Benjamin Amwa, who is a senior lecturer of finance at the University of Ghana Business School. But banking consultant Nana Champon is casting doubt over the feasibility of that proposal.
Well, it is a suggestion, but the practicality is not easy to come by because, yes, they deal mainly with China, but they also deal with other countries as well. So to try and link yourself to one currency is more or less pegging it indirectly. So I think, at the moment, when they go to China, the Chinese also take their currency. So they can take the cedi and then convert to the Chinese currency. That's my view. The practicality is the issue. Theoretically, it sounds fine, but implementing it practically will be difficult.
And you had the banking consultant Nana Champon. Away from the Ghana cedi, Executive Director of the Ghana Center for Democratic Governance, Professor Kwesi Prempeh, has advised government and government appointees embroiled in conflict of interest to step aside for investigations. Describing such actions as a perennial chronic insensitivity, Professor Prempeh noted that very little has been done to curb this menace by this government. The professor, who was speaking on the Super Morning Show, noted he was expecting President Akufo-Addo to issue an executive order to investigate some appointees, including the Finance Minister Kenneth Ferrata and his deputy Charles Edubuayen, who are alleged to have been involved in a conflict of interest situation. According to him, such an act would prove his words of protecting the public purse.
I've said it and I'll repeat it again. Those who are coming to this administration thinking that it's an avenue for making a lot of money are going to be disappointed. They better go to the private sector. That is where people make money.
So that's President Akufo-Addo. We can now listen to Professor Kwesi Prempeh urging the president to issue an executive order to investigate accused appointees.
When the president issued that statement at the start of his administration, I would have thought and expected that, because all of these people are going to be law appointees working for you and at your pleasure, you as the executive have a right to basically translate that desire of yours into policy. You can issue an executive order applicable to everybody you appoint, that as long as you're going to work for me and at my pleasure, these are the things that you can and cannot do.
He's also asked the finance minister to step aside. Here's why.
With conflicts, I think prevention is always better than cure. And essentially, I think what the concept as defined in the Constitution and generally in the common law tradition, the legal definition and concept tries to do is to really give you an opportunity to step aside and not walk into the conflict, because once you walk into it, the risk that it would materialize as corruption is very high. So prevention is definitely better than cure. But if you have not prevented, is there a way to cure? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes the conflict is so structural that you just cannot extricate. You cannot do anything but to remove yourself entirely from it. So where you have two masters in this context, my own role as finance minister or deputy finance minister, my master is the sovereign, the republic, the government, the state, the president. I have a second master to serve. That is my own interest in a company that is selected as a bond specialist or transaction advisor by my ministry. So the options here are one or the other. You either walk away from your private interest, divest your interest, sell it off before you take that decision, or you say no to the appointment.
But a deputy finance minister says anyone who is pained about such allegations, especially with the finance minister, can go to court.
Those who are so pained by the current situation should go to court, or either the Supreme Court or High Court, so that we can all be guided. Because as far as I am concerned, these two public officers have acted within the law. They even at their vetting, they have disclosed this, they've been questioned, every information has been put out there. All of a sudden, it's turning out to be another unheard of situation.
You had a Deputy Finance Minister, Dr. John Kumar. There's afternoon many parts of Manya Kobo municipality without electricity following yesterday's clash between residents and a military task force assisting the ECG to install meters. Power has been disconnected. The running battle between the power distributor and residents continue as some are resisting the installation of the meters. A crack team of military engineers yesterday joined the ECG team to begin the exercise again, but this turned violent. Former Deputy Interior Minister James Agaga believes the involvement of the military is worsening the situation.
Vandalism per se is not an issue, or if you like, an act of indiscipline which should necessarily overwhelm our police service. I don't think so. Oftentimes, what we see as an attempt by the state to use the military to intimidate, to harass, to use brute force to contain such situations. I do not think that acts of vandalism should overwhelm our police service. I don't think so. By their training, I think our police are able to contain some of those riotous behavior by people, or if you like, citizens of our country. We are too quick to deploy the military, and I must confess that the military itself is not happy with that development.
That's James Agaga. He's the ranking member on the Interior Committee of Parliament. Security analyst Professor Vladimir Chidanso, however, says the history of the area leaves the state with little choice but to utilize the military to maintain peace.
When the police are overwhelmed, there's no way, no amount of witchery or prayers will stop the military coming in. Because if they don't, what will happen is that there will be complete anarchy. And yes, they've been trained to shoot and kill, or that, as you put it. But they've also been trained as to how to handle riots and such situations. But when they also go and they are being overwhelmed, there's no way they will stop shooting at people. It's everywhere in the world. So we don't have to antagonize them in any way. We don't have to create a situation where they really have to be or act like they were in the battlefield. In this situation, there is a history to it. There is a history to the riotous nature of the area.
And that's Professor Vladimir Chidanso, a security analyst. Let's go live to the Eastern region now. Correspondent Kofi Sian joins us with an update. Kofi, we understand Old Nuaso is without light, but the installation continues today. Bring us up to speed.
Well, Kojo, that is true. The electricity company has cut power to Old Nuaso. That is a part of the Nuaso community. So, apart from the Old Nuaso, the rest of the constituency or the municipality have light. So I can confirm to you that installation of prepaid meters is ongoing in the municipalities while the Old Nuaso community has been disconnected from the national grid.
But what has the ECG been saying?
Well, the Kema PRO for the Electricity Company of Ghana says that until the people allow the installation of the prepaid meters, they will still sleep in darkness.
Kofi, thank you very much for bringing us those details, and we'll be keeping tabs on this story. We'll bring you more in our subsequent bulletins. You're listening to the Midday News here on Joy99.7 FM. We're taking a break. When we return, we'll tell you about the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair, which is set to start tomorrow. We'll hear from Gold Key Properties on the deals that they have for you.
Cantonment City Tower is the latest project that we've started. Okay. But then we've set our sites also on areas like Chado, where we are going to have apartments and townhouses coming up, and Jowulu as well.
And later in the bulletin, we'll tell you about the artificial intelligence-powered rapper who has just joined a record label.
All these problems, them cops so from baguettes. That's my figures, I'm thinking I'm making a wet. All my pieces cost figures, I spend me a check. When you can't clarity, they
Thanks for staying with us here on the Midday News on Joy 99.7 FM with me, Ernest. Let's find out the latest in sports. But just before we do that, police in the Ashanti region have opened investigations into a gun attack on businessman and founder of United Progressive Party, Akwesi Adai Odike. Mr. Odike says he took cover in one of his offices when gunmen stormed the premises, opened fire randomly, and assaulted his workers. The motive for the attack is unknown, but Mr. Adai recently incurred the wrath of the Menshia Palace in Kumasi for his comments on the role of chiefs in illegal mining. We'll tell you what's been happening shortly, but first, Love FM's Nanaya Ojima has a report capturing the incident.
Glass doors in front of Odike's office are shattered. Vehicles owned by some UPP members had their windscreens and windows smashed, with bullet holes visible in their doors.
Odike, where are you? Where are you? We will kill you. We will kill you.
Odike says he had to step into a hideout.
I saw the tax through the glasses. I quickly jumped into my office, a corridor, a hiding place for a hideout, and they started bullying them and started shooting indiscriminately.
Samuel Efriye, who was at the office, attempted to struggle with one of them. I attempted to stop one from coming in by holding the door. He broke the glass door with the gun, then came my way to hit me with the butt of the gun. The motive for Monday's attack is unknown, but the businessman turned politician recently incurred the wrath of Menshia Palace in Kumasi for his comments on the role of chiefs in illegal mining. The traditional authority has since performed some rites, banishing Odike from the palace.
People who are after my life, how can I apologize to them? They want to kill me, so why do I go before my knees and beg them?
That's Nanaya Ojima's report. He joins us live from Kumasi. Nanaya, what's the latest on this incident?
What we know is that yesterday, after the incident, Mr. Akwesi Odike was at the police station, that's the regional police station, to write an official statement. Today, I've been speaking to him. What he's saying is that he's demanding a protection from the police service to enable him to go about his normal duties.
Now, thank you very much. And we understand the police has also been invited to look into this issue. We'll bring you more subsequently. Zach is here to bring us the latest in sports. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And as the Ghana Premier League transfer window closed yesterday, and we've been speaking to Accra to Folk striker Yasan Wachin, who is raring to go after completing his move to last year's MTN FA Cup champions. Wachin moved to the Accra-based club for an undisclosed fee as part of the club's transfer activity ahead of this season's CAF Confederations Cup campaign. And he says he's excited to join the Phobians and he believes he will be able to win some trophies with them.
Before he told me about, I already know a little about the Ghana League. Okay. Yes, the Ghana Premier League. And he told me about the project, the league, and Ghana Premier League is one of the biggest in Africa. Yeah. Everybody know. Yeah. And I come to see how I can do something. And wow, House of Oak is, when I want to say House of Oak is something special. Yes. Because House of Oak is the biggest team in Ghana Premier League and in Africa. And when I read about the history, I understand that when you come to play in House of Oak, you come to do something that people don't do, or you have to do something that to live something to live the good things. Good things. Okay. Good things. Okay. Yeah.
So that's Yasan Wachin, the Central African Republic striker for Accra to Folk. Kumasi Asante Kotoko are in Sudan, and later at 5 p.m. today, they will play Sudanese champions Al Hilal as part of their pre-season tour. So that's it for you. For more sports, do head to myjoyonline.com/sports.
Thank you very much, Razak, for bringing that sports. In less than 24 hours, the much-anticipated EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair will kick off at the Accra International Conference Center and will end on Sunday. That's 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. One of the exhibitors at Ghana's top real estate company, Gold Key Properties Limited, says its new project at Chado, Jolu and Cantonment will give homeowners real comfort and affordable luxury.
So what we do is we offer both the short let and then the long tail rentals.
Okay.
The short lets will be available. It's dependent on availability.
Okay.
So if you come and then we have space to accommodate you for a short period, of course, we would accommodate you.
Okay. And you have a couple of new developments coming up. You want to tell us more?
Yes.
about that?
So as I mentioned earlier on, Cantonment City Tower is the latest project that we've started.
Okay.
But then we've set our sites also on areas like Chado, where we are going to have apartments and townhouses coming up, and Jowulu as well.
Okay. So we should look out for
yes.
Jowulu, Chado.
Yes, and still in the Cantonment Enclave as well.
And you definitely don't want to miss this. The fair starts tomorrow at the Accra International Conference Center. After a successful season 1, Joy Prime has launched season 2 of its thrilling cooking show, The Big Chef. 14 contestants have been handed their aprons to thrill audiences with their cooking skills in an entertaining and very competitive 13-week-long journey. This season promised to be more rewarding, as the ultimate winner will go home with a whopping 10,000 Ghana cedis and souvenirs. The launch happened here in Accra, and James Aveji was there for Joy News.
14 contestants, 12 judges going into a season-long competition of cooking where only one out of the 14 will emerge as winner for Big Chef Season 2.
But how prepared are the contestants going into the kitchen, and what will the judges be looking out for?
So I have here with me
Daniela. Please, I'm 10 years. I love cooking and I want to go and show my talent in cooking to the audience and show them the way to be cooking. I think this is the opportunity for me to be a star in Big Chef Season 2 and to watch out for me to be the best and biggest chef in Joy Prime ever.
I have here with me Peace. Peace, how old are you?
I'm 13 years.
13?
Yes.
How did you get into the competition?
I saw the advertisement on TV one day, so I just decided to try my hands on it. And luckily for me, I got qualified into the competition. I want to showcase my talent, so I'm going to put in all my best effort to make sure I do well and make everyone proud of me.
The children are not happy alone. Their parents have also been sharing their excitement and why they have allowed their children to go into the race.
My granddaughter's name is Christine Nkatia, and she goes to school at Pearl House International at Winneba. Because anytime I come to Ghana, she always likes staying with me in the kitchen. Sometimes I stay home, I stay in the bedroom, and she will cook for me.
And catch the show on the Joy Prime channel. So that's the song Florida Water, released by artificial intelligence-inspired virtual rapper FN Mecca. Now, Mecca was yesterday signed by music label Capital Records, becoming the first virtual rapper to do so. And just in case you're wondering how it all works, well, Mecca can be best described as a robot rapper. His lyrics, chords, and tempo making the music are all generated by the computer. Listen.
Ice on both my fists, ice on both my wrists. Top out for the coupe like cup, no lid. These right around, had to run to the bank again. Make a lot of money, take care of my lady friends. Shopping in line, get shoved in the Maybach Benz.
So that's artificial intelligence for you, and that's how we end the midday news here on Joy99.7 FM. We have more stories when you log on to myjoyonline.com. Our top story this hour: the Ghana cedi continues to decline against all major trading currencies. Guta is asking government to consider the Chinese yuan as its major trading currency. We have more on myjoyonline.com. Dr. Mensa Otabil is next with Living Word. Good afternoon.
Isn't life wonderful when everything worth doing is scheduled? Hitting the stop button on your alarm just in time for your morning jog. That's happy moments listening to your baby's heartbeats at the doctor's office. Or an arranged virtual meeting with that big client.
Buy airtime ahead of time with scheduled airtime service on MTN Momo. You can schedule your airtime purchase of any amount daily, weekly, or monthly by dialing *170# option 3 and follow the process. Or simply dial *170*311# for a superb airtime purchase experience. You enjoy 100% bonus airtime anytime you recharge yourself with MTN Momo. Keep on talking with that 100% feeling. So, what are we doing today?
MTN.
The 7th EMY Africa Awards. Nominees for Man of the Year Music. Kitty, Kofi Kinata, King Promise, and Joe Metal. To vote for your favorite nominee